Hello again, Eric Barzeski with day 2. Yesterday we talked about what the wrists do and our right palm to get to here with the toe slightly down on the backswing. Today that's a good start to the backswing. So today we're gonna continue the backswing kind of to the top, but we're gonna isolate and focus on just what our shoulders do. What we see from a lot of players is, regardless of how they start their backswing, what we see from a lot of people is that they'll almost stand up or turn their shoulders too shallow or too flat. You can see if I'm bent over at kind of this angle right now, I would want to turn my spine at about perpendicular to that. And what we see from a lot of people is that they will go like this. Some people will lift their arms up here. We call that kind of the Dracula or Count Chocula look because they're almost hiding their face behind their mask, or sorry, their cape. But for whatever reason, whether people just take their arms up and out or whether they roll it behind and under, we see people get too flat with the shoulders there. So that can cause a lot of problems. You can get too flat and you have to dive down, which can help throw the club out over the top, and just some general things. We don't mind a head that moves a little bit, but if your head is moving around quite a bit because you're adjusting your shoulder planes and stuff all the time, it's just a little too much havoc, a little bit too much going on in that swing to make consistent, solid contact. So again, we want our spine to we still turn our spine, but the idea of turning around your spine or turning around the axis of where your spine is kind of at setup here, right? So you can picture the angle of my torso, and I want to turn my spine pretty much, or turn my shoulders kind of perpendicular to that angle, as you can see there. Okay, so a couple of drills to help you do this. The first one is pretty simple. We're going to drop the club. You're just going to set up in your golf posture, right, like that. Put your arms out to your side, and then make a backswing where this arm points kind of outside the golf ball, kind of toward those, right? We don't want to turn like this, right? Set up, arms out. Okay, just make a backswing where you do that. Trying to cheat it, turn flat, and just point your wings like this, okay? Nothing like that. Try to actually turn so you can feel that left side bending. Let your hips, let your lower body do whatever it does. You'll notice that right leg will extend, shouldn't lock out straight, but it'll definitely lose some flex. You can still see some knee flex there, okay? Let your lower body do what it does to let you turn, okay? The next thing is similar to that. You're gonna take a shaft, put it across your shoulder, try to avoid hitting the mic, okay? Just like that. And again, very similar, just make a turn and point it kind of toward that outer pile of balls. Something like that. It might be a little bit outside that outer pile of balls. Okay, again, don't really worry too much about what your lower body is doing. Okay, you can confirm this by looking in a mirror. Okay, a mirror from down the line. Looks good. The third drill, you need a face-on mirror, which if I was doing this for real, I'd turn and face that way, but you guys are in my mirror today. And what you want to do is put a little piece of tape or just a little mark, or just notice kind of where on the mirror kind of the middle to bottom of your sternum is. It tends to be near the bottom of a shirt placket where your buttons are. So when I set up, that spot will be right about here in the mirror, okay? Right there. And what you want to do is make a swing such that this shoulder turns down to that spot. Obviously it's going to be out here a little bit, okay, but in a mirror, something like that. So this spot should be about where that was at setup. Okay, so here, okay, and you can then glance up and look in the mirror to see if this spot is where that left shoulder went. What we don't want to see is this spot being here and you're turning your left shoulder way above it, okay? And we certainly don't want to see that shoulder being there and you doing anything like that. That usually isn't too much of a problem though, because people figured out that that is not really how you want to swing a golf club. We do see a lot of flat shoulder turns though. So that's day 2. Just do 3 drills, right? The airplane wings, the shaft across the shoulders, and the mirror work where you turn your shoulder to that spot on your sternum, right, while making a backswing. Cool, and we'll see you for day 3.